Hey, Ted here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Nasdaq. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios your price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 1 hour time frame and looking at the scenarios that we were talking about yesterday from the 13th of October and around 10.5k. Since then, again, we had a few different options. One of them was this diagonal count. Now, again, yesterday we were talking about how this should be a expanded diagonal, and again that is not what is happening here for sure, or at least it does not really feel like it. Generally on diagonals, especially on contracting ones, the wave 1 should be larger than wave 3 and wave 3 should be larger than wave 5. This would give us the natural contracting look. Here wave 3 is larger than wave 1, but due to the time between all of these wave structures, this is still looking like a contracting structure. Now, whether it is a diagonal by Elliott wave, I'm not quite sure. It does not match these rules, so maybe it's not a diagonal. So just take this count with a pinch of salt. So yeah, that is that. If we still go with this, we want to be looking for a 5-way structure like we had on all of these previous moves into this 5th. Here again, the wave 4 would get to the 38.2 retracement of this 3rd wave, which is again fine, and we do have that overlap between 1st and 4th, and yeah, that is the only possibility for any kind of multi-way structure to have here is a diagonal, and the expectation here is again that 5th wave. At the moment, I think we have completed 1, 2, 3, and currently making that 4th. That 4th could be taking a couple of days, or today and tomorrow most likely. But I'm definitely looking for the short opportunity from here on out. Again, this count would be expecting us to correct this entire move here, so that it would be quite a big retracement as well. I have the other bear counts as well, which are not expecting that much of a retracement, but again, we do have some possibilities there. Now on this one, where I do expect the price to go to is taking out this high. If it does not take out this high, then I don't really validate any kind of diagonal. I don't validate, I don't allow diagonals to have a truncation. It does not really make too much sense to me if they don't. So this is the first hurdle to get through. This top here around 12,125. What I expect also is taking out the liquidity possibly from here. I don't really see us going too much further up in here beyond the $12,250 area max, just because again the proportions of this wave 1, I don't expect us to do something like that. At that point we would have a extension on 3rd and 5th, which is again not something you should expect. But I think that is enough of the bullish diagonal. Again, the expectation is that we have 5-way structure, looking for shorts, and then correction downwards. Then we have let's actually take a look at the bearish count, this one first, where we have introduced this before, where we had this as an ABC here into a W wave. Then we would have a 3-way structure here for that wave X. Wave X would retrace around 38.2% in price and go beyond the 38.2% in, 38% of the wave W in time for the wave X. So that is something that I keep as basically a validation for me, where if the second structure basically goes this length, it starts to give us the right look. So if it didn't, and if it had already pivoted from here, like so, with such a similar pump here, I would not really think that this could be the wave X down here, because again it would be so short in time. But again, that is just me. If we are looking at these structures more closer, for that wave X, we would have 3 ways into W, 3 ways into X, and then 3 ways here onto that wave Y. Don't ask me how I should be labeling this part here. To me, this looks like a 5-way structure for that A wave, 3 ways into B, and then this again looks like a 3-way structure. There is no such a thing as a 5-3-3, but But yeah, at the moment I don't know how I would be labeling this. Maybe it's a WXY that and there's just missing structures here that I just don't see, or these this retracement here is something like that in reality, and this should be a WXY instead. However, in any case, it does get to the 1-to-1 extension target here, and on the WXY we do get to the 0.618, which again I hold as a minimum. So all the targets are met for basically smaller time frames and this higher time frame here as well. So that is all fine. The other possibility here is that we are creating a larger wave X, where X wave would be here, and this would be the first structure of that X wave. Then we would be getting something like that. Of course, this X wave at that point could be turning into an ABC, but again, we don't know about that yet because we haven't had enough data here to back that up. At the moment, I do think that it actually is already a ABC if that is going to be happening, because we have retraced more than 90% of this move here. But for that, again, I do expect us to create something like this instead, because again, this is a start of something new, according to this count at least. And at this point, again, we would be expecting that last leg higher before that wave B is going to be taking place in 3 waves. And then again, another 5-way structure for that C wave. We'll look into those later. Again, these both these are possible, where either the X is complete here or later on. It would definitely have more size, more comparable size if it had taken a bit longer. But again, this is still valid to me. Then we had the third option here, which is again the same as the previous bear structure up to this wave W. In this one, wave X is not complete as of yet. Instead, we would have this as a wave A, then another smaller degree wave A, B, and then this would be C. So instead of this starting something, this would be ending something, and it would be ending this ABC count. The ABC here looks pretty decent on its own. However, again, this wave A here seems kind of small in comparison to this previous same degree wave structures. So I guess this could hold a bit less likeliness of a count. But yeah, that is that. As we have already retraced more than 90%, we would be looking for this to be, again, taking out most likely these highs here, instead of just reverting from here. I do think that, again, we are still missing that last leg of fifth here before looking for downwards more. On this count, instead of looking for a retracement around these areas here, we would be looking for a larger retracement, taking out this low of A wave, taking these lows of around 11,476, and most likely a bit more. So if we have some targets here, I would be targeting the 1.236 to 1.382, around the 1100 or 11,423 to 11,336, give or take a few. Again, we would be needing to focus on more on the structure, what kind of structure we are going to be getting here, whether it's a 5-wave, which fits this better, or whether it's going to be some kind of 3-way structure, which might support the other count a bit better. But I think that is all of the expectations I have for Nasdaq. Again, all of them is combining the same idea that this is a 5 and this is some kind of pivot. Whether it's going to be giving us a retracement like that, this, or even deeper, we don't know of that yet. But again, this is what my game plan is today, today or tomorrow, is to look for that short here. But I think that is going to do it for today on Nasdaq. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.